So we'll begin. Um,
Sure.
it is a pleasure to have you all joining us today as you prepare to begin an important new chapter of your academic and professional journey. MDI Gurgaon has over the years stood as one of the most premier institutions known for its academic rigor, strong industry interface, vibrant residential campus life, and a culture that encourages leadership, collaboration, and responsible decision making. For every incoming student, MDI is just not a place to study management, but a place to grow through classroom learning, peer interaction, live projects, case discussions, being part of clubs and committees, competitions, internships, and countless experiences that shape one's outlook as a future manager and leader. We understand that at this stage, many of you have questions regarding the joining process, academics, hostels, campus life, clubs and committees, placements, program structure, and how to best prepare before coming to campus. The purpose of today's session is to bring clarity on those broad areas and help you begin this journey with more confidence and direction. Before we move ahead, I would like to mention that this is a moderated Q&A session. Students may post their questions in the live chat. Since many questions may be repeated or individual specific similar questions can also be there, so they'll be clubbed together and selected questions relevant to the larger batch will be taken up during this course of the discussion. Personal admission related, payment related, document specific or case specific queries may not be answered live and should be taken up to the appropriate official channels. We also request everybody to keep the live chat respectful, concise, and professional. We are privileged to have with us today our esteemed faculty members who will be guiding the incoming batch, addressing key questions about the program, and as the purpose of this entire communication is that to solve all the queries that you have on behalf of the student community and the communications team, I once again extend a warm welcome to all the incoming students, parents, and viewers joining us today. With that, let us begin the session by welcoming our faculty members. First, it is my honor to welcome Neharika, Professor Neharika Sobti, ma'am, Assistant Professor in the Finance Accounting area at MDI Gurgaon and faculty in charge for the PGDM BFS program. Ma'am brings with her a strong academic and research foundation in finance and expertise across corporate finance, accounting, analytics, banking, risk management, quantitative finance, and market microstructure. Before joining MDI Gurgaon, she has taught at many reputed institutions, including a lot of MBA colleges, University of Delhi, Indian School of Business and Finance. She also holds a PhD in finance from University of Delhi with research focused on market microstructure and quantitative finance. She's also an alumni of Delhi School of Economics and Sri Ram College of Commerce. Her academic work has been published in respected journals, and she has also contributed to training programs for industry professionals. Given her deep grounding in finance and her current leadership role in the PGDM BFS program, ma'am is ideally placed to help incoming students understand the structure, expectations, opportunities, and preparation needed for the BFS program. We are delighted to have you with us today, ma'am, and I warmly welcome Professor Neharika Sobti, ma'am, to the session.
So likewise, good morning everyone, and I'm very excited to hear about your questions, your inquisitiveness, and your excitement to join your journey towards MBA. So we look forward to your questions. Thanks, Dhruv.
Next, I have the privilege of introducing Professor Anurag Singh Chauhan, sir, Assistant Professor at MDI Gurgaon and Chairperson GP Placements. Sir's journey brings together academics, industry exposure, marketing expertise, and a deep understanding of the student career journey. He holds a PhD from IIT Delhi in the area of branding, an MBA from IIT Delhi with specialization in marketing and finance, and a BTech in electronics and communication. Before moving fully into academics, Sir worked across corporate and business development roles, which gives him a practical lens on how management learning connects with real world business challenges. At MDI Gurgaon, he teaches and mentors students in areas such as marketing management, product and brand management, one of the courses that I'll also be taking, consumer behavior, and B2B marketing. Sir's research interests spans across areas such as branding, consumer behavior, and he has also been involved in a lot of research and consulting assignments for several reputed organizations, both public and private. As chairperson GP placements, Sir play a crucial role in understanding student preparedness, industry expectations, and the discipline required to build meaningful career outcomes. We are grateful to have you with us today, sir. I warmly welcome Professor Anurag Singh Chauhan, sir, to the session.
Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you for the opportunity. And again, welcome to all the new joinees to MDI fraternity. And I look forward to you interacting with you here today and once you're on campus. Thank you.
Finally, it is my honor to introduce Professor Parul Gupta, ma'am, professor at MDI Gurgaon and chairperson PGDM IB. Ma'am brings with her a distinguished academic research and institutional leadership background in business and corporate law. She holds a PhD in law from the Faculty of Law, Jamia Millia Islamia, and has deep expertise in corporate law, contract management, labor laws, ethics in public services, e-governance, and the legal dimensions of business. I'm sorry, I think there was an issue. Yes. So as I was saying, her academic contributions extend well beyond the classrooms through research, case writings, textbooks, training programs, and consultancy assignments with many reputed public and private sector organizations. As chairperson PGDM IB, ma'am brings both academic depth and program level understanding to guide students on the structure, expectations, opportunities, and long-term value of the IB journey. We're truly grateful to have you with us today, ma'am. I warmly welcome Professor Parul Gupta, ma'am, to the session.
Thank you so much, Dhruv, for organizing this interaction. And I welcome all the incoming batch students. Looking forward, right, to your queries and welcoming you on the campus. Yeah.
That's great. I'm truly thankful for all of you to find time to have this session. Would anybody want to tell a little bit about how MDI life is going to be for the new joinees in the initial few months? Professor Anurag, sir, would you like to go ahead?
Okay, all right. So, guys, again, welcome to this journey. This is one of the wisest decisions that you've taken in your life to go ahead with a journey called MBA. It's not just an education; it's a holistic learning experience. Trust me on this. These 2 years are going to change you for life. And again, once you embark on this journey, my request to all of you is come with a clean slate. I understand you guys have done exceptionally well in your career, but all those attempts are good enough to bring you here. What you do in these 2 years and these 2 years will kind of define the journey beyond, right? So come with a clean slate, come with an open mind, and again, well, once you're on campus, the campus is full of activities, academic, extracurricular, co-curricular. Find your mojo, find your interest areas, and delve deeper into them. Academics are non-negotiable. Keep working hard, but keep working on your personality overall. And again, we'll keep on interacting more and more. But please understand, these 2 years are the defining period of your life. Make the most of this period. When I joined my MBA program, initial first few days, I was told this and I got this very clear. If you're sleeping more than 5 hours or 6 hours in a day, you're cheating with yourself. There's so much to do, so much to learn. Please come with an open mind, learn, interact, enjoy, network. It will be worth for life.
Thank you, sir. We'll now move to the Q&A section. I will be taking up questions that come from the incoming batch and clubbing similar themes whenever required so that we are able to cover larger concerns of students. Okay, so with the first question that I can say it is for PGDM BFS program and finance opportunities. Neharika ma'am, with MDI Gurgaon introducing the specialized PGDM BFS program in banking and financial services, many students are curious about how this will shape finance related opportunities going forward. How do you see BFS program adding value to the overall finance ecosystem at MDI? And how should students from the flagship PGDM batch look at finance related opportunities?
Sure. So, firstly, welcome to MDI and those who are still figuring out whether this is the right program or the right place to be. So, giving you context about PGDM BFS, I think PGDM BFS was largely a very an important step we were waiting to take, given the fact that we have enormous amount of opportunities in the BFSI sector. Globally, it's about a $30 trillion economy, the BFSI, and India serves around 3% of that. So we are at 3 trillion, around 3 trillion big BFSI sector. We are a house to about 2,200 plus GCCIs, which are specifically to BFSI sector. So India houses a lot of global capability centers for the BFSI. We are the fifth largest, stock market, countries with market cap having those ranks. We have largest AUMs, all the mutual funds, your hedge funds, they accumulate around about $850 billion of asset under management. We are a bank-led economy, and we are the third largest fintech country in the world. So given such encouraging trends, our banking and financial services industry is seeing specifically for the India's growth story. It was very imperative when we were having conversations with a lot of our placement partners that BFSI students and managers need a very specific skill set. So we thought of curating this program largely to cater to a very specialized sector, which is banking and financial services sector, which will span across areas of retail, corporate banking. We have another track which will deal with your asset management, investment management, private credit markets. We have a sector which deals purely with risk management and risk allied domains of market risk, credit risk. And we have another specialization which will deal with the intersection of analytics and quant finance. So we are largely targeting a very, very broad sector called banking and financial services. So students who have keen interest in this area, in this sector, I would say BFSI, and have a quantitative bent of mind and they're ready to learn. I think most importantly is your curiosity to learn. If you're curious to learn about this sector, work and contribute to this interesting sector, which not just contributes to this economy largely both from the employment perspective and the GDP perspective, but the future of the BFSI is growing enormously. So we curated this program keeping in mind that there is a huge demand for a certain very specialized skill set, which a general MBA will not be able to cater to. So we need a specialized sectoral focused MBA, wherein we'll take the bright minds. We want to start with a few students, and we want to see how we can shape them, prepare them, and launch them to this interesting industry which spans across different job roles and profiles. And then we want to really take the steam which keeps growing with every batch, every alumni connect we have, the rich kind of alumni history we have of MDI Gurgaon, who are working with very interesting roles in the BFSI sector, and how we can co-create and co-create knowledge and most importantly your skill set to go forward. So the entire, short answer to this is that there is a demand for banking and financial services skill set, and that skill set doesn't come from generic MBA. So we need specializations and we need special skills. If I'm sure most of you have gone through the program brochure and the curriculum, we have very specific, courses and very specific specialization tracks, which differentiates our program from all the rest of the programs offered not just within MDI but across different business schools. So the entire purpose that we want to meet a very specific requirement of the BFSI industry, which can only be done when we train them with certain kind of skill sets and courses. Yeah.
Perfect, ma'am. I think that will help a lot of students who will be looking forward to join the BFS program. Coming to the next question, Parul ma'am. Coming to PGDM IB, many incoming students are curious about the academic structure because of the dual degree component. Do PGDM IB students have to study more subjects or complete more credits as compared to other programs because of this structure? And also, how should IB students mentally prepare for this academic journey?
Right. Thank you, Dhruv. That's a very expected kind of a question. So, it's a dual degree program. So when you say dual degree, see guys, nothing comes free in this world, right? So in case you want to earn 2 degrees, a little more effort would be expected from you. So I will not say that you people will be academically loaded the way other programs students are being loaded. You will be loaded a little more. But that's manageable, right? That's manageable perfectly. So the structure of the program is, since it is a dual degree program, so you might be aware that we have 2 partners, right, in Europe. We have ESCP Business School and we have EM Lyon Business School, right? So at the end of the program, if you are able to successfully complete the requirements of both PGDM IB from MDI and MIM program from either ESCP or EM Lyon Business School, you will be getting 2 degrees at the end, right? Now, the structure goes like this. You spend 1 year in MDI and 1 year in the partner institution. Okay, so when you arrive here in MDI, you will be doing your 2 trimesters. And interestingly, you might also be aware that outside India, in majority of the countries, the universities and institutions follow a semester system. But we follow a trimester system. And the beauty of this program is that the trimesters and semesters are aligned in a way that you are able to fulfill the requirements, credit requirements of MDI and ECTS requirements of the partner institutions. So you come here, you will be doing 2 trimesters here, which is equivalent to semester 1 of our partner institutions. So you will be with us from June last week till December last week, right? So in these 6 months, you will be completing 2 trimesters. Then you are out for the international phase of your education. So you'll be joining one of our partner institutions, either ESCP or EM Lyon Business School. You will be doing their 2 semesters, right, which is equivalent to our 3 trimesters, right? So semester 2 and 3 and trimester 3, 4, and 5 of MDI will be completed in the partner institutions. And this period includes the internship projects also. And I'm very glad to share with you that more than 90% of the PGDM IB students actually do their internship in Europe, right? Very few of them come back to India, and that too by choice. Yeah. So by choice, I mean sometimes students have a very specific choice, right? That they want to do because they want to pick up the job in India. They would be interested in doing their internship with X company or Y company. Although we discourage it, but yes, it is up to the student. In case you want to come back, you can come back India, but more than 90% do their internships in Europe. So you will be back here, right? Sometimes in November or December early, right? And then you do your remaining semester, that is semester 4, right? Which will be starting in MDI from January, right? And that will be equivalent to, trimester 6 of MDI. So that will be semester 4 for partner institutions and trimester 6 for us, right? And then you will be graduating with all other GP program students in the month of March, last week of March, where we actually organize our convocation. So this is the structure. So far as courses are concerned, of course, you will be earning 2 degrees. So as I said, there will be a little more number of courses in the first 2 trimesters. Because not only we are earning or we are giving you an opportunity to earn credits and ECTS that is required for the MIM degree as well as PGDM IB degree, but also we are preparing you for your international phase, right? For example, there will be 2 language courses, right, which are very specific and unique to only PGDM IB students. Since you'll be going to various countries in Europe, it's very, very important for you to have at least, I will not say fluency in that language, local language, but at least you have working understanding of that language, right? So for example, if you are going to Paris campus of ESCP or Lyon campus of EM Lyon Business School, French becomes something which is essential, right? Because otherwise for 1 year, that includes the internship period as well, you won't be able to survive and manage things there. And therefore, there will be 2 language courses. Besides that, students, once they are clear, where are they going to go, which country, which campus, right? Then they do some online certification courses also, right, in that language. So in case you are going to Spain, you'll be learning Spanish. In case you are going to Italy, you'll be learning Italian, right? So this is how the number of courses become a little more than what the students in PGDM, in PGDM HRM or BA or BFSI will be doing during these 2 trimesters. But I think that's manageable. You need not to worry about that. Yes, you will be having the support of your seniors, you'll be having the support of your faculty, and of course, PGDM IB office. So just don't worry about it. I hope I've answered that question. Yeah.
Great insights, ma'am. Along with that, we other companions of the PGDM IB batch, we get to see a lot of pictures being posted by them where they travel all around the Europe. So that is also there. Coming to the next question, Anurag sir, this question is specifically relevant from a career and placement perspective. Many freshers are wondering whether students with prior work experience have a significant edge during summer internships or final placements, while students with work ex are also curious how their experience will be viewed. And how should freshers and work ex students look at the placement process? Sir, I think you're on mute.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So Dhruv, the response to that would be a large no and a small yes. Right. So largely, students are not impacted by typically work-X in general, but there are few organizations, there are few profiles which typically look for work-X. Right. So again, for those kind of profiles, we can't do much. But as a fresher, as someone who does not have industry exposure, I would request these guys to look forward to a lot of live projects on campus. We have got a lot of live project opportunities. There's a lot of case competitions. Students at MDI participate in lot of case competitions. In fact, across business schools, we are one of the premier business school which typically wins largest number of case competitions in India. Right. So all these freshers, I'll request them to undertake live projects and case competitions to have wider understanding, to have some CV pointers, and ultimately it all boils down to how you defend yourself in your interviews. So there will be hardly few recruiters who will evaluate you, who will kind of filter you out based on your prior work ex. There are very specific roles. Otherwise, for largely, they are open to freshers. You are at par with others.
Perfect. Next question is regarding the BFS program. So MDI offers CFA student scholarship. Would that also be provided to those who are enrolled in BFS program, similar to those of other PGDM students?
All right. So, the CFA scholarship and access typically is program related. So, at the moment, our PGDM has affiliations with the CFA, affiliation at the moment. So, as and when this program rolls up and we have a, considerable amount of, data to show to the CFA and we apply for that accreditation for the program, yes, we will have that scholarships. At the moment, we'll have to check that whether the university affiliation will also be allowed to trickle down to the BFS program. That clarity we are still seeking from the CFA Institute. But yes, since already MDI has a CFA affiliation with one of its program, then it's easier for us to get those things translated to other programs in the future.
Okay. Perfect, ma'am. There is one more question. Will BFS students have the same access to the same alumni network and mentorship opportunities as the other PGDM programs get? And also, would they be able to interact with other students by being part of the same clubs and committees, or would it be different for them?
I think it's a very obvious answer. Yes, it's a big yes that, when you join MDI, you're joining MDI first than the program, right? So you are going to be the product of MDI Gurgaon first, and you have access to all possible opportunities and resources and your networks and friends and groups. So it's not that because it's a different program you will not interact with your peers of coming from different courses. So definitely it's going to be a pooled thing. Everything which typical programs follow in our PGDM will be followed in the BFS. Timelines will be absolutely same. So you will have access to all possible opportunities, whether it's the alumni network series, whether it's the placement sessions we have. But yes, since I've already mentioned that our focus is very sectoral specific, we will encourage our students and we will nudge them to and also give them opportunities to focus on the BFI specific roles, BFI specific workshops. Like I just wanted to have that clarity that if you've gone through the curriculum, you know that we are not just offering functional competency courses, which typical MBA offers. We're also offering domain specific, which is sectoral courses. We are offering job skilling courses. We are offering your value based and ethics courses, which I feel is largely the theme which most generation we somehow want to really develop on. So BFSI will give you a very holistic development overall. And as far as the access to things are concerned, please be very mindful that you are going to be the product of MDI Gurgaon first, and then you will associate yourself to any program later on. So everything which is available to students of MDI will be available to all students here, all across all programs.
Great. So the next question is regarding the IB, International Student Exchange Program. So how does the selection for that works at MDI Gurgaon, and what is the eligibility criteria, and what all students can apply for that? Will BFS will also be applicable to apply for that as well?
So shall I take that question, Dhruv? Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, so so far as student exchange is concerned, it's purely merit basis, right? So merit, we say that on the basis of your performance in the first term, first of all, of course, expression of interest will be sought from the students. Then we prepare a list based on the merit. Merit here simply means that whatever has been your performance in the term one, that will have a crucial role to play. But that's not all about it. When you send your students for an exchange program, it's not only a kind of a very different experience and exposure that is being offered by MDI, but also as an institution, business school, we would like to ensure that the students who are going on exchange to different partner institutions, and by the way, we have more than 99 international partners, on board. So we would like to ensure that the students going there are serious, right, are sincere, and are those who are really genuinely willing to get that exposure translated into some meaningful, outputs. For that purpose, expression of interest followed by merit list, followed by a kind of an interview that is conducted by a panel of faculty members, right? So we have a separate office called Global Engagements Office, and this office organizes this entire activity. Yeah, and because we will have limited seats, it's not that there are unlimited seats, but of course, a very encouraging number of students every year go to our partner institutions. But as I said, we'll be very, very conscious when we are sending our students to our partner institutions. They should be, their profiles, their performance should be convincing enough, right, to MDI, right, for ensuring that you will make best of it. Yeah, so this is the process. So far as BFSI is concerned, I do not see any reason for this query, as Professor Neharika already said. Right, you are first the student of MDI. Whatever resources, processes, networks, opportunities are available in MDI, all those without any exception will be available to all students, whether they enroll for PGDM, PGDM IB, HRM, Business Analytics, or BFS, or any other program which MDI will float in the times to come. Yeah, so be rest assured, like all other opportunities, this opportunity will be available to BFSI students also.
Okay. Thank you for that, ma'am. So the next question is regarding how students can prepare themselves before coming to the campus. Is there anything specific that they can do to prepare for summer internships or from the objective of placements? Any skills that they can pick up or brush upon, like Excel, PowerPoint? Anurag sir, would you like to take that?
Yeah, Dhruv. So again, any kind of skill set is always an advantage, right? So these days, organizations do look for people who can structure themselves, who can make use of different skill sets, get data structured. So a lot of these data-oriented courses. So in case these guys can get hands-on with few of these skills, Power BI, Python, or advanced Excel, it will be an advantage to these guys. Obviously, we have courses which will introduce these students to these areas, but having a prior knowledge, having a prior hands-on experience will always be an advantage. Plus, again, my request to all these new joinees would be start reading. In case you have stopped reading, most of us have already stopped reading. This is a world of in shorts, right? So instead of going through in shorts, instead of going through chat GPTs, start looking at structured learning. Pick up books. Pick up say soft copy of the books. I prefer hard copies, but start reading books. In case few of you are interested, I can direct you towards few books this is one book that I typically recommend to MBA students, The CEO Factory, a wonderful book to start with. So again, similar books are there in the are available, which can give students a larger perspective. Do not get into too much technicals that we will equip you during the first two trimesters here. Do not come with a closed mind that okay, I'll be specializing in finance or marketing only or operations only. Come with an open mind. You never know where your uh, say, mojo lies, where will you feel more at home. I can share my personal experience with you. An engineer by education, by profession, good with numbers. Throughout my career, I was like, I have to do specialization in finance only. And during my first semester, I realized कि मजा तो marketing में आ रहा है. So that's when I approached my professor. Sir, I've always been focused toward numbers, finance, but marketing seems more natural to me. That's when he guided me that okay, now you specialize in marketing, take finance as your dual specialization, right? So come with an open mind. Again, these days skill sets are important. How you analyze data is important. The logic that you build in, that's important. So a few of these courses, few of these books, they are good starting point. Otherwise, we will take care of your learning once you're on campus.
Dhruv, I would like to add a little bit to what Professor Anurag just said, specifically for the students who will be joining PGDM IB program. So there are 3 tips for you guys. Number 1, start reading about European culture. Yeah, that's very important because when you are sharing the classroom with the students from different nationalities and predominantly students from European countries, it's very, very important for social acceptance point of view that you know a little bit about what is acceptable there and what is not acceptable. Yeah, so that helps a lot. Quickly, you will be absorbed in that social, ecosystem. And that makes a lot of difference. Yeah. So start reading about them, right? About them, I mean the social backgrounds, their norms, culture, etc. Second is Professor Anurag was mentioning about the students who have engineering background have a very natural inclination towards number. But let me tell you, the students in PGDM IB, majority of you will be engineers, right, by qualification because of the admission requirements that we have, 4 years graduation degree. All right. So naturally, majority of you will be engineers. But let me tell you, the students of this program struggle the most in finance. Yeah. Why? Because you have very natural love towards numbers, but then numbers in finance play a different role altogether. So my sincere advice to you all would be start reading about basic concepts of finance. Yeah. So that at least by the time you are here in the classroom and when Professor Neharika is interacting with you, she is not required to tell you who is called debtor and who is a creditor, right? So she will not start from there. Let me tell you, the professors in the classroom are not going to start from that very fundamental understanding, right? Because of the limited time that you have and also the kind of background that you come from. So we professors take some liberty and presumptions that, okay, this you already know, but factually you might not be knowing that. So start reading about very basic finance concepts so that it becomes easy for you to pick up the finance courses. Yeah. And advice number 3, I don't know if you people have an exposure of any foreign language. If not, then again, just explore the portals, right, where you can register and start picking up French. French is going to be most useful for you because even if you are going to some different campus in PGDM IB program for semester 2 and different campus for semester 3, it's most likely that one of the semesters you will be doing in Paris or Lyon. So it's like that. So therefore, this language is going to be a decisive factor, specifically when you are exploring internship opportunities, because companies in Europe prefer those interns who at least have working knowledge of that language. Yeah. So these are the 3 things that IB students can specifically do, right, before they join formally MDI. Yeah. That's from my side.
Very well put, ma'am. I still remember.
Yeah.
Please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, please go ahead. Yeah.
I still remember when I came to MDI, Neharika ma'am taught me finance. And I think that MDI Gurgaon is such a place which brings the best out of those people who want to do best in life, who have that academic rigor and work ethic. And very well put, ma'am. So Moving on, that we have a few questions lined up. So if
Yeah. So Dhruv, if you just allow me, I just want to have
yes, yes, definitely.
two guidelines or suggestions for the BFS students who want to join. I was just reading a few comments in the chat box. Some people are jittery about we are engineers. How will we brush the finance concepts and so on and so forth. So I think going back to what Professor Parul ma'am really rightly mentioned, that the things which we are looking forward to you when you join us on offline in campus is a, and number one is your curiosity. So make sure that I'm sure you've gone through a really hectic journey of qualifying cat, giving so many interviews, and now getting that offer letter. Don't make sure that when you enter the campus you're burned out, you're exhausted. So make sure take a break, do your things which you really love, come to campus with full energy, full vigor. And I think the only reason you can join this entire and qualify these any of the programs you choose with vigor is when your why is very clear, that why am I here, why am I doing this, what's the thing I want to achieve after 2 years. So make sure you come with a very crystal clear why. I'm sure that it's easier said than done. Very often, even after completing an MBA, we don't know the why of doing, why we are doing here or why we are here. But if that some bit of forceful or focused questioning is there with you every year, that why every time you answer that question, why am I doing this, why am I entering MBA, why am I doing this particular program, what is the goal I want to achieve. So that why should be very clear when you start a program with. So don't get कि अच्छा इसको मुझे HRM मिल गया, फिर in foundation you realize oh HRM is मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा, marketing में भाग जाते हैं, इधर भाग जाते हैं. So make sure some bit of clarity is there in your head, because that really provides an anchor to your entire journey. See, this journey is going to be transformational, as Professor Anurag was mentioning. It's going to transform you, from boys and girls to men and women, which we want to see as professionals in the upcoming industry and making India the Viksit Bharat. So make sure that transformation happens with an anchor. It's not that friend ne bola to ye kar liya, batchmates aise kar rahe hain. So have that anchor very clear. And for the BFSI students, agnostic of whether you are coming with a econ fin background, you're coming with an engineering background, if we really appreciate people more than after curiosity. The second thing is your quantitative bent of mind. So are you able to and it's like good with numbers, and being able to analyze quantitatively different sectors and different financial products is a very different ball game. So make sure have an habit of reading one finance newspaper. I think that is going to go a long, long way. What I really, used to tell all the, students I've taught across my time at MDI and other business schools is make sure you have a reading habit. The moment you're able to connect what's happening inside the finance news or the, real world with the concepts and the frameworks which we teach in the classrooms or the Excel models we run, is when the thing starts becoming very clear. So make sure that habit of reading a finance newspaper is extremely important as a precursor to entry. And for the BFSI students, I would have a short tip that when you enter into a specialized course, always enter as if you're a customer of that sector. I am the customer of a bank, I am a customer of an AMC, I'm a customer of a hedge fund. How would you judge your product, your company, your offerings, your services? The moment you have a customer mindset, you start understanding the different nuances of the particular sector. So have that customer mindset when you enter a sectoral program, because BFSI, when you actually enter into BFSI post your MBA as professionals, you will have to deal with these customers. Now, once you already know what's going inside the mindset of a customer of a BFSI, you know how you have to really, get your product things and top line to them. So make sure you have a reading habit. Make sure you and start understanding the sector from a customer perspective. And I think it's how many times I would repeat that, but it's extremely important. Just be aware about what things are happening around you. That will really go a long way, not just in your classroom performance, but also in your summers, in your placements. That are you a well-read person? So that I think will be a game changer for you, not just during your journey at MBA, but beyond that also. Yeah.
I think all the students watching this live stream will definitely read the CEO Factory book and start reading a finance newspaper as soon as possible. So a lot of questions I can see in the chat are regarding the what is the campus life going to look like? Are there medical facilities available, and what are the food outlets that they can hang out at and eat at? What are the sports and fitness facilities that are available on the campus as well? So if anybody could want to highlight a little bit about that.
Dhruv, I think you'd be the better person to highlight those parts. Being there, living that life, right?
Yes. To quickly summarize about all of that, so rest assured, everybody who is going to come on campus is going to have a great time. There is going to be a lot of academics, but then there would be a sense of achievement and fun connected with all of that as well. There are sports facilities ranging from table tennis to badminton courts to lawn tennis, and we have a full-fledged proper basketball court, which you guys love. And along with that, yes, there are medical facilities available on campus. There is an in-house doctor there, and you can get all the medicines as well. Moving on to the next questions, it is regarding PGDM IB. Can PGDM IB students opt for or find a summer internship in India, or is it mandatory to look for international opportunities?
So, as I explained earlier also, see guys, if you have enrolled for PGDM IB, there is a unique skill set, right, and an opportunity that you will have, which other program students will not have, right? And therefore, it doesn't make really a sense that you come back to India for doing your internship, yeah? So, as I said, we don't encourage these students that they come back to India and do their internship. And as I said, more than 90% do their internship in Europe only. But sometimes there can be certain very specific I should say desires or aims of a student, or sometimes there are certain unavoidable circumstances also, some kind of a medical emergency in the family or something like that, that the students would like to come back to India and stay here for 3-4 months, right, do their internship and then go back and join their semester. In such cases, we allow the students. So it's not mandatory. If I say it's mandatory, it will be factually incorrect. But at the same time, we encourage them, to do internships outside only, because Professor Chauhan is with me and he will agree that, when they are placing the IB students, something which is a differentiating factor is their international exposure. And this exposure is not limited to only classroom interactions. It's the industry exposure also. So why would you be shying away from gaining this experience? You shouldn't, right? Because that is the para in your CV that differentiates you from other programs, that you did your internship in Europe. So you have an experience of working in very diverse, kind of a team where, your colleagues were from different nationalities, right? And that experience is going to be very, very useful for your final placements. And therefore, we encourage students to do it there. However, as I said, in certain specific circumstances, you can come back India and do it. But it will have dual disadvantage. First is disadvantage I already told you. Second is the financial burden, right? Because you come back, then you spend ticket for coming back and going back, So it again doesn't make sense. And of course, the European employers are very good paymasters, right? So far as the internship stipend is concerned. So why would you like to lose on everything, and come back to India unless there's a very specific reason for it? Yeah.
It's very well put, ma'am. Even in our batch, there are a lot of such companies where IB students are interning, which opportunities are not available in India. So that is a gained advantage there. Moving on to the next question. If all the professor have to tell 3 qualities which distinguish students who can make the most of their 2 years at MDI, what would be those 3 qualities that you can tell us?
Okay, so let me start. First quality I would say would be adaptability, right? When you come from your graduation days to, professional school setup, right? The classroom environment, the expectations, your academic and other engagements will drastically increase, all right? So you should have the capability to quickly adapt to the rising expectations from you in terms of the time that you get to sleep, in terms of the courses that you are handling, in terms of the project submissions that you will have back to back, right? And of course, the kind of pressure. And let me tell you, optimum level of pressure is the key for the best performance. So number one, adaptability. Do not start complaining right after the first week only. Oh, it's too much. It's going to be too much. All right. So first is adaptability. Second is the art of being happy. All right. So that's an art actually. Okay. People can be unhappy in the best of the situations also, and people can be happy in worst of the scenarios also. So you will have to learn how to be happy, how to keep yourself calm and feel that you are happy. Right. So start learning that. Okay. Because there will be a lot of things that you can crib about. All right. But there will be a lot of things to be happy about. And you will have to start learning the art of identifying what is to be happy about. All right. And third, of course, is discipline. Right. Discipline in the sense it's coming to the class on time is just one aspect of discipline. Right. You would be requiring discipline if you want to make best of these 2 years. Right. So in MDI, you are already the best. If you are here, you are one of the best. But the point is you are competing with the best. Okay. So keep that in mind to have that competitive advantage over rest everybody else, because the fact cannot be denied. Here, all of you will be friends, but at the same time, competitors as well. So to have that competing advantage, right, you will have to be disciplined. Disciplined to address and, respond in a timely manner for everything, right? So if it is a place call at 3 a.m. in the morning, you should not be cribbing about it. You should be happy about it that, yes, finally I have got a call. I have the opportunity to prove that I am the best, right? And of course, you have to be disciplined. 3 baje utna bhi padega, right? Uske liye 2 baje utna padega, prepare hona padega, and then you have to be presentable, right? While you are attending an interview, right? So from my side, of course, these 3 things, all right? Adaptability, art to be happy, and third, of course, discipline. Over to my colleagues.
Yeah, so I think according to me, the 3 important traits which students should have if they want to really have a very good time doing the MBA. Number 1 is focus. Make sure you have the right kind of focus, because today we are all bombarded with too much information, too much AI, too much projects, too much courses, too many submissions. So I think focus is something which will drive you. And again, going back to the answer which I gave previously, the focus comes from your anchor. So if your why is very clear, what you want to do, then you will know where you have to focus, where you can, try and not be good. Because the second important thing which will really help you in your journey is going to be have that 80-20 rule, where to prioritize. You will have a lot of opportunities. You will have a lot of, things to do in campus, both curricular, non-curricular, placement and everything. You can't do everything, so prioritization is going to be an extremely important thing. So prioritize what is feeding you, your purpose, what's not feeding you, so you can just stay away. And, things with every term and every year changes, your priorities change. It's a dynamic thing. So we have to be very mindful, just like Professor Parul mentioned, you have to be adaptable, but at the same time, prioritize your things. And towards the last, I would say the most important life skill, which is there not just for MBA and for life, is never give up attitude. Things and outcomes will not fall in place as you wish always. So there will be downfalls, there will be failures, there will be things which will not go your way. It's okay. So have that never give up attitude that, we are here. We even if we fail 7 times, we have the ability to get up the 8th time. So that never give up attitude is extremely important. And I think that will really be a nice, personality trait for life as well as for your MBA journey. Yeah. Over to you, sir.
So guys, again, if I were to pick 3 characteristics again, in addition to what Professor Paul and Professor Neharika mentioned, again, one thing that will take you far ahead in your career, in your life, and during these 2 years at MDI is inquisitiveness. Keep asking questions. Be inquisitive. Lot of these things will be new to you. Lot of these things which are happening, maybe you'll have to explore a bit more. Why are these happening? Why am I learning these things? Be inquisitive. Ask questions. There are no stupid questions, right? The biggest fool is someone who do not ask questions, right? Then again, second thing is what Professor Paul mentioned, discipline. I'll just fine tune it a bit more. Self-discipline. The idea is do not lie to yourself. We will be pushing you hard, okay, that you come on time, you submit your assignments on time, whatever. That is a part of discipline. But do not lie to yourself. What are you doing? What have you been doing for past week, for past 1 month? What have you learned? Have you upskilled yourself or not? So that answerability to yourself, that self-discipline is important. Thirdly, again, these 2 years will be demanding, will be challenging. It's important to have your idea of fun along with learning. So enjoy your stay here. Find avenues which you enjoy, delve deeper into them. And again, learning will happen. Learning has to happen. Learning happens best when it's fun, right? So having fun is important. True.
Very well put, professors. One thing that I would want to tell students as well, on top of all of that, is that they still have 15 to 20 days to go. So I would suggest that they sit with themselves, gather themselves, and spend that time so that they have that mental capacity and bandwidth to be ready for this whole amazing and a massive journey that they're going to have at MDI Gurgaon. So moving to the next question, there are a lot of questions regarding major and minor specializations. So, do students get to pick them based on a bidding system, or is it something that is based allotted to them on a merit basis? What is the procedure like? Does first year marks play a role in them? Uh, would
Okay.
anybody
So
like to?
typically, say your major and minor specialization is entirely upon the number of courses that you pick up. There will be few courses wherein the faculty members will come in with a cap that only X many students can take their course, and it will be based on your CGPA system then. Otherwise, largely the courses are available. So you can pick and choose your own discipline. You can pick your electives. Though again, those electives where cap is there will always be there.
Okay, perfect.
With
The next
respect
question
to
is.
yeah, so sorry to cut you, Dhruv. With respect to BFS, we have a certain different way of doing major minor specialization because we have three major specialization tracks. Number one is your corporate banking, risk management, and fintech. The second one is all about investment management and private markets, and the third one is about quantitative finance and analytical operations. Now, if a student wants in the BFS program wants to do a major, he or she needs to do about six specialization courses over and above the track core courses, which are already there in term 4 and term 5, to major in that particular specialization track. And if they want to do a minor in that particular course and they want to do a four courses within the bucket of that specialization track, then they will be qualified as a major and a minor in a particular specialization track. So we have this kind of newness in this program that you can call yourself as a specialist in banking and risk management if you've done a specific number of credits and courses within that bucket, and you can do a minor in a different kind of a specialization track.
Great. That would definitely clear a lot of things for the incoming BFS students. The next question is regarding the what kind of financial aid, need-based assistance, or merit scholarships does the college offer, if any, and what is the procedure to apply for them? Is it after coming to the college or before?
Yes, so there are scholarships, but those will be accessible to you only after you join. Yeah, and then it's of course merit basis. So you apply, right, and then there will be a committee constituted to identify suitable candidates for each type of scholarship. Yeah, and on the basis of your performance in the past trimester and also your overall, say performance. When I say performance, it is beyond academics as well. And also, there will be some eligibility criteria that there should be a genuine financial need. So keeping all these criteria in mind, the committee decides that who students qualify, and out of those qualified students, who should be the real beneficiary of these scholarships. So we have those scholarships, and brief information about that scholarship list of scholarships is also available on the website. Yeah.
Perfect, ma'am. Seems like we have a question from a parent. As a concerned parent for my daughter, how safe is hostel for students relocating from different parts of the country and staying away from the home for the first time is going to look like at MDI?
Is this for PGPIB?
I I think it is for MDI Gurgaon or the other programs, PGP programs.
Oh, okay. So if it is for the other programs, I would say that the second safest place, for your girl child would be, of course, the campus, right? After your home. The reason is that it's a fully residential campus. Not only students, but staff, faculty members also stay on the same campus. Yeah, so there are guarded gates. And the best part about the residential campuses is that these type of campuses never sleep. Yeah. So there will be a lot of life around. Yeah. And Dhruv is smiling. He can very well understand what am I talking about. Right. So just don't worry, sir. Your child will be in the safe hands. Right. And fortunately, we have never had any type of an unpleasant incident, right, of this nature on the campus. And I'm very hopeful that we would be able to maintain, that reputation. So there is, I would say, nothing much to worry about. Yeah. And once your child has decided to be in the corporate world, I think the training starts now. Because he or she will have to be away from the home now, maybe for the lifelong, right? They will be working here, there, and sometimes even outside the country, that to traveling alone, staying alone. But that should be fine. Right. So I don't think that there is anything to worry about. And this is a very secured campus. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. I think that will clear up a lot of doubts. I'll move to the next set of questions, which are around curriculum, technology, and yes, campus life. So one broad question coming from students is about how management education is evolving with technology, with AI, analytics, automation, digital transformation becoming relevant across almost every business function. And with AI at the helm of it, how are these emerging technologies being integrated into the curriculum and classroom learning at MDI across different functional areas, specifically BFS?
So, would you want me to take this question, sir? Am I audible?
Let's go ahead, ma'am, please. Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. So, that's a very valid question. I'm sure a valid, concern of most students joining the business schools, that how AI and digital transformations are, changing the way we now offer education and offer management programs. So, yes, at MDI, we are very cognizant of this newer trend, and it's not something new to us. We've been doing this for years. So from the three perspective, both from the teaching, perspective, research consulting perspective, as well as from our institutional building perspective, that we do are very open to the usage of AI with certain guardrails, just to ensure that the learning doesn't stop and, the cognitive dissonance doesn't happen with the extra usage of AI. So yes, most of your courses starting term one, you will see, your faculty will encourage you to use certain AI and LLM platforms to do your homework, classroom assignments, but with certain guardrails, in the sense that we understand that it's the kind of usage we want you to use as a AI as a servant, not as a master. So we are very much, our curriculum and outlines are designed and revised to have this design principle in hand, that we will offer technology related, data related, and AI integrated pedagogies in our curriculum and outlines. Talking about BFSI specifically, because it's a new program and all the course outlines were newly built, so we made sure that the one of the key objective or the learning goals of our program was to make sure that the students are legit with the data technology and the AI's systems integrated with BFSI. So most of our programs and courses in the BFSI, which are related to product frequency. So if you are entering into BFS, the first thing you want to know is the BFSI product fluency. So all of them, we will ensure that we take you through the entire journey, both from the typical traditional manual way of how BFS works to now the AI integrated way. Most of our faculties who will be teaching you in the BFS programs have trained multiple, banking and financial institution MDPs and training programs, and we are very much cognizant of the level of AI usage within the RBI guardrails and within our regulator guardrails. So we know that this is the kind of AI usage which you will see in your jobs if you enter the BFSI space, and this is the kind of skill set you want to learn. So the second important important learning goal which we will make sure that you are fluent with is the importance of data technology and analytics. So we make sure that most of our BFSI courses specifically, they have a requirement that they will be data driven. So all your cases, rather than being static cases, we will have live data cases, right, coming from Bloomberg, right, coming from all your databases, to make sure that you have the fluency to handle these kind of real problems using both AI as an assistant. But yes, and we are offering a lot of IM or the information management related core courses, which will make you legit with the methodology and the processes AIs are used in the BFSI industry, to make sure that we are both trained on the process side as well as on the understanding, interpretation, and fluency side of the decision making. So that is from the BFSI perspective. I think Professor Anurag can shed light on how PGDMs and other programs we are integrating AIs.
So again, thank you, Professor Neharika. Again, largely on the same lines, though there is a lot of noise.
I think, Parul ma'am, can you please mute yourself? I think there's this echo in the background.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So for the other PGDM programs, again, the same way also what Professor Neharika mentioned. Again, guys, please treat AI, these GPTs, as a servant, not as a master. We at MDI are revising our curriculum, are bringing in all kind of AI tools into the learning process. Please do not let these tools hamper your learning, because a lot many times what students typically do towards the fag end of their term is they bypass the learning process. They'll directly get onto GPT to find the solutions. This is what I've been telling my students in my classroom. Again, I'm not interested in the right answers, I'm interested in the process. So guys, please do not jump the process. You are here for learning, right? So we are we are bringing in all kind of AI practices, AI tools, wherein your learning gets enhanced. We are equipping you with different tool sets, different if I got different pedagogies which will help you in your career, bringing AI into your practice. But again, that comes with a caveat. Do not use them unethically. Unethically in a sense that it will be unethical on your part or with yourself, right? Otherwise, we are getting up. We have already introduced a lot of AI oriented learning into our classrooms.
Perfect. I think I would like to tell the viewers that we still have around 30 minutes left in the session. So I would request all the viewers to keep posting your questions in the live chat. We may not be able to go through all of them, but we'll definitely try to pick the important ones. So keep sending in the questions you would like answered around academics, hostels, placements, program structure, curriculum, anything. One of the questions that is coming regularly, although we might have touched a little bit on it, Anurag sir, I think it is for you. Students interested in HRM going to join HRM or for that matter BFS, what is their career flexibility is going to look like? For students joining these programs, are they eligible for placement opportunities in other domains as well, or are there opportunities primarily focused on their respective program?
So again, typically students opting for HRM and BFSI to a large extent, they will be considered only for these roles primarily. Only opportunity will come across to them when the organizations are open, they are agnostic with the specialization. Otherwise, the preferences that will be extended to these guys will be domain specific. And once we have completed all our domain specific placements, then if there are few roles, those roles can be opened up to other students, right? Otherwise, specifically domain specific roles will be extended to these guys. Then again, guys, my request to all of you, spend your time here wisely, make the decision of specialization very wisely, because the domain that you pick up now is going to stick with you for at least next 5-7 years. It will take a lot of effort to change that domain now, right? So whichever domain you're picking up, pick that very wisely. And again, because pick up a domain which shouldn't feel like work to you once you are working in the corporate.
Definitely, I think that will clear up all the doubts regarding that particular domain. Okay, there is one follow-up question as well. How is PGDM program going to fare in finance roles? So, are these students would be eligible along with BFS students, or would it be separate?
Sorry, so the question is that how does the PGDM finance student?
So, how would PGDM current students do in finance roles? So, would they also have pool placements together with the BFS program, or their
Okay.
opportunities will be limited?
Okay. So, see, as Professor Anurag mentioned, see, all the PGDM programs typically start their placement process at the same time. So, we'll start the process in the typically the same time. But yes, for PGDM BFS, we have a separate placement team. We have a separate placement, goals in mind. That the reason we had this program is because we want to target very differentiated roles in our BFSI sector, which are different from the finance roles we offer in the PGDM students who take finance as specialization. So our roles, our tracks are typically marked to very specific career roles, career outcomes, and we have certain anchor recruiters and anchor placement companies which specifically want students with that kind of skill set. So because we have a very specific requirements coming from the industry, our placement process and our role clarity, our role mapping, and our marquee recruiters will be differentiated from the PGDM flagship program, and that's what is the goal of the program to begin with.
Yes, thank you so much for that, ma'am. I think the last question regarding placements we have is for the IB students. Around which month do the final campus placements typically begin, and are IB students at any disadvantage or affected in the initial phase of shortlist due to being physically abroad?
Professor Anurag, would you like to take this or shall I?
Maybe you start. I'll add on to that response.
All right. So fortunately, both of us are here, right? Your PGDM IB chair and the placement chair. So yes, you are right. Not all of you will be back by then, right? And the placements start. I think if I'm not wrong, Professor Anurag, sometimes in November first weeks, right? The final placements. So by that time, not all of you would be able to, make it back to MDI campus. Some of you would be able to. Those who have chosen those electives which are online, right? And the partner institution allows that. All right, you can leave a few weeks early, something like that. But majority of you will be there in Europe only. But I have not seen this anyway adversely impacting the placements. Right? Why? Because the shortlisting will not be done based on whether you are here or there. It will be done based on some standard criteria that placement committee will have, looking at your expertise, background, and the job roles. Right? Those are being offered by the company. So now the next question is, how is that practically handled? So, for the students who are there in the different remote locations, PlaceCom organizes the online sessions, right? So there have been, in fact, you people might not have forgotten the COVID time, right? All the entire placement happened online. And that was the time, where something blessing in disguise happened. All of us are now trained to meet online, right? So PGDM IB students are at no disadvantage at all. And I can say it with confidence because, like other programs, the PGDM IB batch also is 100% placed every year, right? And that too, with the average package, highest package at par with PGDM, HRM, and other programs. So I have not seen that kind of remoteness having any obstruction in the placement at all. And by November last week or December first week, all of you are here. Yeah. So that doesn't impact at all, because this is what the numbers guide me, right? So you need not to worry about it. And the PlaceCom is very well aware of that fact. That this is the kind of the equation that PGDM IB students will have with the PlaceCom, and they accordingly manage everything. Over to you, Professor Anurag.
So again, what Professor Parul mentioned again, typically our cycle is such that these students are not at a disadvantage. When we start typically mid-November and post that, the recruiters are aligned to have processes both offline and online. So opportunities are similar for my PGDM students and for my PGDM IB students. So nowhere they are at a disadvantage. Our full-fledged placement season is towards the end of November and early December. That's when all these students are back on campus. So rest assured that you will not be affected because of this curriculum design, because of you not being here.
And definitely, I think that will clear up all the doubts there. Anurag sir, something that you mentioned earlier. So students are trying to know that how can a particular student identify the domain that best aligns with their strengths and weaknesses, specifically if they're trying to explore multiple career paths. So what is that one thing that they should do right now to understand which particular career path is best suited for them?
So again,
I'm sorry, Professor Anurag, to interrupt. Dhruv and colleagues, I will have to leave. I have a doctor's appointment in next 5-10 minutes. So, in case there are any very specific queries, Dhruv, which you feel I should be answering before I leave about the PGDM IB program, I'll be grateful if you can take that query first. I hope, Professor Anurag, you won't mind. Yeah, okay. Is there anything, Dhruv, that you want me to answer before I leave?
I think, ma'am, it is one question that has been coming there that I can see is regarding the what kind of foreign expenses that the students should keep in mind. What are they going to incur on top of the fees that they pay to the college? Is there any ballpark number that they should keep?
I think an IB student can tell it better in numbers, but what I can tell you broadly is you have already paid the fees for both the institutions. So you need not to worry about that, right? What you need to, pay out of your pocket will be your living expenses in Europe. Yeah. So because the fees that you have paid doesn't cater for, the living expenses. Living expenses include, of course, your boarding and lodging, right? And of course, some out-of-pocket expenses. Okay. And plus, you should be mindful of the fact that you are paying the hostel fees for only 1 year to MDI because you are staying here for 1 year. All right. So that way, somehow, I will not say completely offsets because living expenses in India are far lower than what you will be spending there. Of course, for a dual degree program and the nature of this program, I think that is worth it. So fees, you need not to worry. The partner institution's fees is included in the fees that we charge. All right. But of course, you will have to bear the living expenses therein. And of course, on the top of it, the visa fees and to and fro your tickets, etc., which is clearly mentioned. And in case you want to be very specific about the numbers, I will advise you to get connected with the students of the current batch, who are already there in Europe. They can guide you better because there cannot be a standard figure that I can tell you because of a lot of reasons, the living expenses keep changing over a period of time, the currency fluctuations and all of that matters. Yeah. So I think the right source of information will be the students from IB batch. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for that, ma'am. And one thing that I would also like to add is that even though that they will incur the living expenses, but that is completely offset by the opportunities in terms of placements and exposure, the curriculum, the types of courses that they are exposed to. That is completely offset for that, and I think that cannot be valued in terms of money. The learning that they get there.
Absolutely, I agree, and I will second what Dhruv just said. And we are very proud to share with you that the students who passed out, graduated from this program some 5-6 years ago, if you see them, where are they now? You will find them much ahead, right? For the reason, because starting may be at par, but if you see your long-term career, a company will definitely value a kind of a candidate who has an international exposure of this level, right? Where you independently managed everything in a foreign country, including a work experience there, right? Such people, you are groomed, right? You are groomed for a kind of a world where geographical boundaries are now blurred, right? We are living in a global world, right? So Dhruv rightly mentioned the kind of experience and the skill that you will add to your CV is worth it, right? Worth that expense which you will be making. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, ma'am. I would like to thank you very much for joining us today and sharing your valuable insights. I'm sure your guidance on the PGDM IB program have given the students a much better understanding of the journey and have made them all the more excited. We are truly grateful for your time and encouragement. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am. Take care.
Anurag sir, would you like to take the earlier question that we were focusing on, that how should students focus on taking up the career path which best aligns with their interests and strengths?
So again, as I mentioned earlier, ideally all of them should come with an open mind. Do not get fixated. Okay, you want to specialize in this domain only, because again the on campus what we typically do is we will expose you to a lot of learning opportunities, to a lot of alumni, lot of interventions by the prep team. So during your orientation, the work will start. We'll be exposing you to all possible domains, interest areas, and accordingly you take that call. So in the whole process, a lot of LMs will be speaking to you, a lot of industry speakers, a lot of industry patrons will be speaking to you. They'll give you more clarity. And again, within the placement department, we have got certain processes. We'll be evaluating you on those processes to help you align with your core strength areas, to identify your core strength areas, wherein so again those strength areas, those no if I may call them not so strong areas, they're not fixated. So but again they will give you a broader understanding of which domains you will come you do better naturally. So those practices, those interventions are already in place. So at this stage, do not worry. Come with an open mind. Come with a mind to learn things, to explore things. We have got interventions, we have got speakers, we have got alumni lined up to talk to you, to get you into the right direction.
Thank you for that, sir. I think that will help a lot of students. So the next question is regarding what they can avoid to do. So we have been okay, yes. So can you please each highlight one common mistake that the incoming students should avoid before joining the program?
Before or after?
Before, so that they are well prepared. Okay, these are the certain things that we should definitely avoid and not do at all. Anything.
So guys, again, getting through MDI is a big achievement. Congratulations to all of you for that. But again, do not get complacent at this stage. Few students start barking in their glory, okay, that I have made it big in my life. The journey to make it big in life has just started. So you must have done exceptionally well in some part of your career, in some part of your studies that you're here, right? Now you are with a cohort which is almost of the same or maybe more skills than what you have. So what you do now for next 2 years will define your life for next 40 years. Do not come with a mindset of having achieved glory. Glory is out there in the open to be achieved. This is just a break, just a platform to catapult you into that territory. Do not take inspiration from your past, from your achievements, but do not become complacent at this stage. Professor Neharika.
Neharika, ma'am, would
Yeah.
you like to go ahead?
So, yeah. So I think one thing which I feel is extremely important before you join any MBA program is coming up with a very fixed mindset. So I think we all know the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. So don't come up with a fixed mindset, because all your fixation points will all start dropping the day you enter MDI. Everything what you've planned, thought will happen, will never happen the way you have thought. So don't come with a fixed mindset. As far as the previous question was concerned, like how students choose their specialization and domain, and Professor Anurag rightly mentioned that when you come with a growth mindset and an open mindset, it's easy for you to first absorb, see what's working for you, what's your liking. Even if you are entering into a sectoral specific program, even then I would say all PGDM programs will first make you a general manager first. So it's a general management program first with a specialization in different domains. So all these skills are portable, so across life. Yes, when you enter into a specific PGDM, maybe in the initial years you will it's expected to you that you work in a particular sector. But if you see life in the long run, it's not always that you will end up being in the BFSI sector for all your life. So you never know where you end up. So it's all about making sure that whatever courses we expose you, whatever skill sets we expose you, these are for the longer term. It's not the first job what we are preparing you for. It's the lifetime of it's a lifetime journey of opportunities, and handling work, and finding your calling. So take this stepping stone of 2 years as building some life skills, not just building a skills which will give you your first summers or a first placement. So think from that perspective. So come with a growth mindset. That is something you will definitely benefit from.
Thank you for that, ma'am. So we are almost at the end of the session. So we'll take 2 to 3 questions, then we'll end the session. So a lot of students have been also asking that how should students from an engineering background prepare themselves to efficiently pursue a specialization in HR in terms of mindset, skills, or knowledge, foundational knowledge that they have lacked, to better prepare for the opportunities that they'll get in life. Anurag sir, would you like to take that?
Is it specific to HRM?
I think it is for HR. So
Okay.
students with engineering background who are effectively trying to pursue a specialization in HR. So what should they do to build that foundational knowledge?
So again, Dhruv, people from finance specializing in HR. Again, guys, my request to you would be look at numbers differently. All through your life, you have been studying 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. But do you understand? 1 plus 1 can be 1 minus or 2 plus, depending on the synergy between the people and the motivation level of those people, right? 1 plus 1 can be 11 as well, right? So these are the perspectives that you need to come up with. Typically engineers, they look at processes in additive or multiplicative nature, right? But when human behaviors, human emotions are playing a role, they play a role very differently, right? Be open to that kind of mathematics. It is all mathematics at end, mathematics of emotions, of relationships. You need to master that, right? So one of my mentors, he was a gold medalist in finance in from I'm Bangalore. So what he told me was that all my he was an engineer. All his batchmates were like, yeah, how come you are topping finance? They were CAs, they were CFAs in who are his batchmates. Then this was like, yeah, it's very simple. I just apply Kirchhoff law in all my balance sheet equations. The amount of current coming in should be equal to the amount of current going out at any and every node. Same way the balance sheet works, right? So pick up your areas, look at the areas which will impact human behavior. And again, trust me on this, people from engineering background and finance background, they have done exceptionally well in HR domain as well. The only part is you should be willing to challenge that number system. You should be able to look at that number system differently, right? A number system with base 10 works differently than a binary number system, than a number system with base 7. Now here you are working on a number system that is based on human emotions. Work with that premise, things will fall into place.
Very well put, sir. So with that, Neharika ma'am, would you also like to share something for the nervous students who are about to start their journey? Is there any personal story or from learning from your own academic or professional journey that you would want to share that would help the incoming students with the right mindset? I think they are feeling overwhelmed with the amount of cultural fests, clubs and committees, placement related activities. On top of that, the academic curriculum that they are going to be a part of here in the 2 years of journey at MDI Gurgaon. Would you like to share any story that
So
will
I
help
think
them?
I would just have a very short and simple ask that please come with all your energy, all your excitement. We want to see happy faces in the classroom. We want to see curious faces in the classroom. We want to see We want to see faces and students who are ready to challenge the status quo, ready to give us our own interesting times in the class as faculties. When students challenge our frameworks, theories, and have a very different point of view, that's where the class becomes very interesting. So make sure don't get overwhelmed. Yes, you have chosen this path. You've gone through the grind of qualifying all the examinations and coming to this place. It's a wonderful achievement, and now carry that thing forward. So don't get just like Professor Anurag said, it's easy to bask in your glory very early on, and that's where the problem starts. It's you've just started. That's the first stepping stone in your journey towards professional career. So make sure that you come with an open mindset, with a growth mindset. Have an try and see and question what are the weaknesses I have in my personality and how I can improve in the next 2 years. Take your peers and your friends and as not just just friends for sake, but learn from them. Have a team spirit. Because in MBA, trust me, Dhruv can vouch for that, where does friends and teams really work when it comes to assignments and making sure all the 7-8 courses, when they come together in terms of their assignment submission, it's your groups and your teams and your APOs which help you gather that. So have that team spirit. That how do you really manage people? It's not that only HRM students will know how to manage people. I think people management is the most important skill you will have in your careers for life. So how do you manage people around you, both your seniors, juniors, your faculties, your admin staff, and stuff like that? And it's going to be a 2 years of transformation, full of learning, full of new friends, new connections, new exciting opportunities. And it's like we are giving you the playground. You have to see how you want to play. So it's your journey. It's your institute. You have to take the most of it. We are ready to help you achieve your true potential and your goals. So come with a lot of curiosity, lot of excitement, and we are here to fuel all your dreams and your aspirations. Yeah. So no nervousness. All I'm sure we want to, when we meet you in your foundation courses very early on in June end. So I want to see very excited faces. So there should be no nervousness, and all the smaller nitty-gritties we have in life, smaller apprehensions will, with time and with talking to people around you, will always get sorted. So it's not something you have to worry about it.
And definitely, man, that was beautiful. I think that I have also troubled you a lot during the initial days of my MDI Gurgaon in the first year. But I am truly thankful to be a part of this cohort where I learn a lot from my peers as well, and the faculty here is amazing. So everybody who is watching this, I can totally tell you this from the students' perspective as well, that the experience that you are going to live through the eyes of these professors and the stories that they'll tell you, it is going to be immense. And on the last note, Anurag sir, being as our placement chair as well, so would you like to share anything for the incoming students who have a lot of ambition, but with that ambition comes a lot of anxiety as well about competitions, CVs, internships, peer pressure, whether they are ready enough or whether they are good enough for a place like MDI or not? From your experience of working closely with students and understanding industry expectations as well, what is that one mindset shift or something that you would like to suggest to them to help them keep their calm?
All right. So again, guys, please come up with a growth mindset. You whatever is required to have a good career from here on, you already have that. Please understand that. Whatever is required to have a great career from here on, we will train you on those things. We will ensure you are equipped with those skill sets. There are processes in place. Please do not get bogged down by the processes. Processes will be challenging, will be demanding, right? Whatever you've been doing, you have done well in your life. From now here on, the process changes. The timelines might not adhere, might not come very naturally to you, but but those timelines will prepare you for your future career as well, right? So be come with an open mind. We have processes in place. We have people who are identified for those specific intervention that are required to have a good career for you guys. Do not get bogged down. We will have certain processes, certain guidelines for you. Follow them sincerely, because again, at times you'll question why is this happening. But please understand, we are a legacy institute. We have seen those processes getting implemented and producing results. We will be handholding you. Obviously, pressure would be there, but again, you guys are equipped to handle that pressure. Anxiety will come in, but please understand, there is no need to feel too much anxious or getting depressed about it. There are a lot of alums, there are a lot of organizations we are in touch with. There will be a lot of opportunities throughout. Typically, students start feeling pressure if they are not through in the first 5 companies. But please understand, every year we are having more than 100 companies, more than 150 companies on campus. Please be equipped for that kind of environment. We will train you, and we will ensure that you do not get depressed because of that. But come with an open mind, because opportunities are immense. As Professor Neharika mentioned, we want to see happy faces. Recruiters want to see happy faces. There have been times when I've heard from recruiters, I like the candidate throughout fitment in our organization, except for one thing: the candidate does not look happy. We are apprehensive. Will that candidate be happy within the organization or not? Please understand, your happy faces, your enthusiasm, that will come from within, right? So come prepared with I'm sure that lots of hope, lots of aspirations. Those hopes and aspirations will be taken care of. No need to worry. Just embark on this journey, keep learning, and everything is in place. You are in safe hands. Best wishes for your career.
Perfect. So I think we are at the end of the session. So thank you so much, Neharika ma'am, for taking the time to interact with us today. Having had the opportunity to learn finance from you, I can personally say that your classes have made the subject both engaging and approachable. Your insights into the BFS program today were equally valuable and reassuring. We truly appreciate your guidance and wish to thank you for such a wonderful session.
Thank you, Dhruv, and thank you to all the new joinees. I'm very excited to meet you on campus very soon, and it was a pleasure knowing your questions, curious questions, and trying to make sure that some of your questions got answered today. But rest, I'm sure like Professor Anurag mentioned, that you are in very safe hands. We have a very caring, responsible faculty who will take care of you for the next 2 years. So make sure that I'm sure we will have a very great time. 2 years of transformation. I'm sure when we meet you in your convocation, you will second by whatever conversations we've had today. Yeah. Okay, so all the very best. Looking forward to meeting you soon on campus.
And now, thank you so much, Anurag sir, for your insightful interactions today. Your perspective on career preparedness and industry expectations and making the
I think, Dhruv, I've lost your sound. Your video is paused. I can't hear you.
I think there was some issue, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Dhruv, now you're audible.
Yes, I was saying, sir, thank you so much for the time that you have taken. And I think everything, we truly appreciate the time you have taken to guide us today and for your continuous efforts in shaping student careers. Thank you so much for today, sir.
Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you, Dhruv, for organizing this. Thank you, Copcom team, for organizing this. Guys, I look forward to interacting with all of you. Again, best wishes for your 2-year journey at MDI. Congratulations for making it through. Thank you.
Before we close, I would like to quickly remind all the incoming students about the joining schedule. The registration and hostel accommodation dates are as follows. PGDM students are required to report on 18th of June. IB students are required to report on 19th June. HRM, Business Analytics, BFS students are required to report on 20th June, which has been communicated to you. Along with that, we have also shared a lot of courses and list of certifications, which it would be nice if you would go through them and also try to complete some of them. Other than that, the reporting time have been communicated to you. Please go through the shared student checklist, and the venue is GP office in the Gurukula building. On the day of the registration, you will be guided to your buildings respectively. The students are advised to follow only official communications, keep their documents ready, and avoid relying on any outdated or unofficial checklists as well. Thank you everyone for joining the session. We look forward to welcoming you all to MDI Gurgaon. Thank you.